3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Primetime Show. Episode 2, we're back after the worst week of football I've ever seen for the Green Bay Packers.
That was the worst performance from Aaron Rodgers I've ever seen.
So, yeah, it was pretty bad. We're going to get into that. First, should we just go over... Let's just go over all the games, to be honest. I'm down. Quick recap.
Pull them up.
Yeah, pull them. Connor, do you want to pull them up? You want me to pull them up?
Yeah. I got them.
That was a hot...
I'll do it on my phone.
All right.
Gummies.
We have a bunch of topics that we want to talk about. A lot to do with the Packers.
So you want to go over your one topic that you really wanted to talk about?
Yeah. Well, no, we're gonna get into that.
Okay. Let's start from Thursday night game.
All right.
We already went over the Thursday night game, did we? I know Thursday.
Was...
Oh yeah. Let's go over the noon game. The overtime thriller, or I wouldn't really say thriller. I should say the Derrick Henry show.
Let's get our picks up too.
He is a truck. Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry was the best pickup on fantasy.
He is actual truck. He is an actual fucking monster.
200 plus yards of rushing. He just could not be stopped.
Okay, so Texans, Titans. So I don't know about you guys. I kind of forgot. I picked the Titans to win that, and I was right.
Mm-hmm. I think that was an easy pick. Right now, it's very hard to bet against Derrick Henry. Right. Ryan Tannehill is playing insanely well. They have a nice receiver core.
Houston. It's very hard to pick Houston.
That is true. They traded away their best player.
They did go into overtime, which was interesting. And then Derrick Henry just ran an absolute train on this team. And then proceeded to catch the snap from the center and run it in himself for the game winner, which was nutty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of gross.
That was pretty sick. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I'm glad that the Texans lost.
Yeah, we play next week. The Packers do, so.
Okay, let's go over the next noon game. The Ravens versus the Eagles. It was a lot closer than I feel most people thought.
Yeah, it got close at the end.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
but
it was a blowout going into the fourth quarter.
And then
going into the fourth quarter, the Ravens were up 24-6.
That's crazy.
They allowed the Eagles to score 22 points in a quarter.
Wow.
Led by Carson Wentz.
So,
without Miles Sanders, because he got injured.
I can tell you one thing. I know Mark Ingram didn't do anything that game because I had him on fantasy, and he had
Neither
2
did
points.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Andrews got me about 2 points.
I don't know who's
Lamar.
I don't think Marquise scored anything for me, either. Like,
I know Lamar had a pretty nice game.
Okay, he probably ran it in a couple times. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I watched the Bears, game, and then I watched the Titans game at the same time. So,
talking about the win team finally getting their first win, the Falcons.
That's not a surprise. They played against a banged up Vikings secondary.
Dalvin Cook was.
Dalvin Cook was
Vikings.
Like I said, Dalvin Cook and
his
Justin
backup
Jefferson
did nothing.
Are their whole offense right now with a little bit of Adam Thielen thrown in there, and Kirk isn't helping them at all. But
no, he is not.
With Dalvin Cook out, that offense just could not get it. They scored 23, but I mean their defense let up 40. So
yeah,
it's
hard. Like with a passing attack as good as the Falcons with Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Matt Ryan.
Those were half the games I got right, by the way. Those 3. Those are half of the games that I got right.
So you got 6. I think I got 8.
Other games right. Let's talk about the one that I was really hyped up about, the Steelers versus the Browns. Baker looked like shit.
Baker's not getting it done for the Browns.
No.
I don't think he's a good fit there.
Ooh. Baker. I liked Baker. I like the Browns as a team.
They definitely They definitely have a lot of potential, but it's not in their passing game. It's in their running attack. It's their potential.
No, see, the thing is, if they have an above average quarterback, they're a top 3 team in the league.
Probably. Well, I thought they had a solid defense to begin with, but they're going up against a middle of the road offense in the Steelers. Am I okay in saying that? I mean, Big Ben, middle of the road QB.
Yeah.
James Conner, pretty good, and then their wide receivers aren't all that great. I mean, Juju and Claypool.
All their wide receivers, I'd say, are their best.
Probably.
I'd say the wide receivers are the best part about their offense.
Anyway,
well, they let up 38
points. That's what I was getting to, and I don't know. I don't know if I can trust that defense anymore.
Well, the thing with the Browns, I still believe it's the rushing attack that allows them to win these games.
Yeah, and Nick Chubb wasn't in. He's injured, so.
And the Browns defense, or the Steelers defense, shut that down.
And the Steelers defense being the best in the league against the rushing attack.
Yeah.
Shut that down. It's going to be interesting to see them play the Titans, though. That's going to be a great game to watch.
Yeah. Sure. Let's go on to the next game. I was a lot closer than I feel anyone thought.
About the Browns, by the way.
The Colts and the Bengals.
Colts.
Didn't see that one, but I heard Joey B was putting in work, and he's kind of on and off right now.
Well, the thing with this game, it started off so well. Good. It started off so well for the Bengals, and then it just fell apart.
Yeah.
Like the Bengals season.
The Bengals, again, if you want to win, you cannot allow a team to score 21 in a quarter.
Yeah.
You cannot allow them to get in the end zone 3 times in a quarter. That's all I have to say.
Green Bay needs to take some notes on that.
They were up 10-0 after the first quarter. Going into halftime, they were only up by 3.
Yeah.
You can't do that if you want to win.
No, especially against Phillip Rivers. Great guy and all, but hasn't been showing off too much in the league so far on the Colts team this year. And
you guys want...
Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Continue.
No, I'm done. Go.
America's Game of the Week. The Lions versus the Jags.
Yeah.
This was just a dominant performance by the Lions.
I picked the Lions.
That's all I got to say. Yeah,
it is against the Jags.
I picked the Jags. I expected the Jags to come out and play, but they didn't. They decided to be shit.
Basically.
The Jags have no identity right now. They don't know what they're doing.
I have nothing to say about that game.
Yeah.
They're just a confused team.
The Bears versus the Panthers. Bears versus the Panthers.
That was probably the best game I saw on Sunday. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
There was a point in time.
I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be honest. The only game I watched was the Packer game, and I didn't even finish it.
There's a point in time where, who was it? I think Nick Foles, or no, Mike Davis fumbled the ball. Okay, it's like Panthers 20, fumbled the ball. Teddy Bridgewater proceeds to throw an interception the next play. And then after that, Nick Foles throws a pick 6. Would have been pick 6 if I think it was Eddie Jackson wouldn't have had a penalty on that play. So there's almost 3 turnovers in a row and a pick 6 included in that. So I mean,
I think the Bears looked good.
It was a very defensive show.
Yeah, even though the score was closer than what I feel. I feel like the Bears had control of that game. Their defense shut down the Panthers, caused turnovers. That's all I gotta say about that one.
Yeah, and I mean Robbie Anderson, I think, was a standout wide receiver this year, and I did not expect him to be so good. Especially, I mean, no knock on Teddy Bridgewater, but he's not like Patrick Mahomes. He's not a superstar quarterback, and he's showing out.
He's an average quarterback. He can lead a team to the playoffs. Not very far, but he can lead them to the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I don't think we expected this Panthers team to be as good as they are.
So no, not at all.
Kind of a shame that they lost.
I expected CMC to have it. Everyone, when CMC went down, everyone was like, "Okay, they're done.
Yeah,
season's over."
Even before the season, everyone thought they were going to be like a 2-14 team.
Okay, not that bad, but probably like.
I don't know. I don't think anyone expected them to be that bad. I think they thought bottom 3 games.
I've seen people thinking that they were going to be as bad as the Jags and the Jets, and the Dolphins were supposed to be bad too, but We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah. Giants versus Washington.
Garbage game.
Not gonna lie, don't care about this game at all.
Picked wrong.
Two shit teams going at it.
Right.
But
I think I picked right. I picked wrong. I picked.
I mean, if you think about this was big though for the NFC East because now the Giants are one game behind Dallas for first place.
Every team's one game behind Dallas.
But this allows the Giants to have hope because they barely lost.
Their division allows them to have hope. Any other division, their bottom team, it doesn't matter. Their division's just dog shit. No one cares.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, you win your division, you go to the playoffs. Like this is giving them hope for the playoffs.
You don't want that though. You don't want that when you're. No, they don't have hope. They need to just tank.
Tank for Trevor.
Tank for someone. Danny Jones ain't cutting it.
4-12 team making a playoffs.
Dude, I like Danny Dimes though, man.
The team that leaves that division is probably going to be 6-10, and they're going to be in the playoffs as a 4 seed. Yeah. A 4 seed is going to be 6-10.
Probably. That's sad.
It's how the system.
Let's just move on from that. That's just a sad game.
Let's talk about my favorite part of this week. Me proving you fuckers wrong. Broncos.
Shouldn't have won. They shouldn't.
Broncos versus Drew Lock. Let's go.
That was just a bad performance by the Patriots. I feel like they're gonna bounce back. I feel like they're fine.
You guys shit on me for that pick. You're like, why would you pick the Broncos? What the fuck? When I woke up, saw that they won, I was so relieved.
Yeah, woke up.
Right.
I woke up at 3 that day. I woke up like 30 minutes before the game.
I didn't watch that game. All I know is it was a bad game.
It was for the Patriots. That game must have been
bad. Game must have been terrible to watch. It was 18-12.
Hey, low-scoring games can be fun to watch, though.
Yeah, like I kind of like defensive games sometimes.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about. I'd probably say the second best game of the week: the Dolphins versus the Jets.
Yeah.
Dolphins shutting them out, obviously.
I mean, we didn't really expect them to shut out the Jets, but they did it.
I think I picked the Jets to win.
Well, the Jets, they need to do something. Gase needs to go. Gase needs to go. They need to start to tank for Trevor. They just need to prepare for next season.
They already started the tank for Trevor.
Right. I think they can just keep Adam Gase and keep tanking and then just fire him after the season if they wanted to.
Honestly.
Yeah, no, keep Gase for the season. Wait to get Trevor. Once you get Trevor, kick Gase out. Get a new coach.
Because if you get a coach
completely strip this entire offseason, you just strip your entire coaching staff. You get probably a top 3 pick minimum.
Right.
And you already gave up your best player in Le'Veon Bell. You just cut him. You didn't even trade him.
Yeah. I wouldn't say Le'Veon's better. I'd take Darnold over Le'Veon at this current position.
All right.
Yeah, no, I think if they hired a new head coach and they started to actually perform somewhat decently, they'd be contending for the entire against the entire NFC East for who gets the number 1 spot in the draft. So that's kind of sad to think about, but it's just
when you have a top 3 receiving core, a top 10 running back, and you are one of the worst teams in the league. I think the Cowboys are the biggest disappointment this season.
Okay, sure. It's not their offense's fault because offensively they are scoring points. Not last week, but when they had Dak.
Yes, but I'm saying. I get that. I don't know. I guess I put the blame on the wrong thing. But it's
purely their defense.
But your defense has to be average for you to. Their defense is just shit.
I think I saw something where
continue. Sorry.
I think I saw something where they let up the 4th most amount of points in the start of 4 games or 5 games.
Well, they probably did. They split up 150 in 5 games.
Yeah, they're just
180 in 5 games.
They're just a bad defensive team.
You guys want to skip over the Packers game so we can talk about it longer afterwards?
Yeah, we'll talk about the Packers game at the end. I got some things to say.
Okay, 49ers versus the Rams. I don't think anyone saw the 49ers winning this game.
I said they had a chance in the last video just because they
I think we all like agreed that there was a way, but everyone thought not banged up, but they still have a few major injuries.
Some kinks.
With, Bosa still not being there. Yeah, and I expected Donald to have a fucking way with that offense line.
But the thing is now for the Niners, some of their offensive weapons are starting to come back. Mostert's finally starting to be healthy. Same thing with Deebo Samuel. So that does help them out.
Yeah. I mean, they got some tough teams to play coming up, though. Their schedule is the hardest in the league coming up. So, good win for them, though.
Chiefs versus the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted the Chiefs. It was closer than the Chiefs versus Titans. Or Bills versus Titans, my bad.
I expected the Chiefs... I expected the Bills to come out with a vengeance, and they didn't seem very, like, let's go get this done.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like it was... They're acting like it was just another week, and not the fact that they have lost 2 straight now. Mind you, they've lost 2 straight to top 5 teams in my eyes, but...
Mm-hmm.
Blake, you want to say anything about that game? Otherwise, I'm going to chime in.
Josh Allen, he looked bad that game. No going about that, but...
He still threw 2 touchdowns, mind you.
Yeah. But, given the fact that it was just bad playing conditions, it was rainy, kind of cold, just cutting the Bills some slack.
Yeah. Yeah, I think...
Yeah.
I just think that... Yeah, Josh Allen didn't have a great game. Defense, I mean, kind of showed up. I think that this win for the Chiefs is a big one because this is going to be one of their toughest matchups coming up, and I think it's going to be tough for them to lose a game after this, especially with Le'Veon Bell in the lineup now. So I just think that just showed that the Chiefs are probably the number 1 team, and if we're doing a power rankings today, I think we might have to. That's just kind of hint towards what I might be going with. So
next game, the Cowboys versus Cardinals.
Yeah,
for me,
Cowboys got their dicks kicked in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like there's no real other way to put it. Zeke looked like dog shit. Zeke looked like he maybe just ate an entire Domino's pizza before the game.
Part of that has to do with
how much grease was on his hands.
Though. I mean, their line has not been up to par with...
Yeah, but you need to hold on to the ball. If you're known as a top 10 running back, you cannot fumble the ball twice in the same game.
Right.
Well, the thing for this game is that it showed me...
Especially when you're a power back. He's not meant to be... Like, he's not fast. He's not that. He's a power back. He should be... it up the gut. Like, obviously he's still fast, but he's not like big and fast like Derrick Henry. He's just, He needs to hold on to the ball more. He needs to not give those turnovers.
Yeah. Blake?
Biggest takeaway for me is that Cowboys need Dak. Offensively, they did not look the same with the red rifle under center.
I think that's for the fact that he's had limited snaps in practice.
Probably.
I think give it a week or 2, they'll look just as good as with Dak.
I doubt that. He threw
a 1-4 team.
2 interceptions. Am I right? 2?
I don't know his stats because Google doesn't show me stats anymore.
But yeah, he threw. I know he threw 1 for sure.
I think it was 1 interception. Maybe it was 2. Was it 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown? I think that was the stats for Andy Dalton. Because he threw 1 to Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that gave you the win.
Yeah. Which I want to talk about. I'll just talk about that real quick. So, I have 3 fantasy teams, right? One of them I was losing for sure. So, in 2 of them I'm playing Blake. Then one of them I'm playing against like my current school that I go to. Some people from there. And one against Blake, I was down in all 3 leagues, to be honest. One of the leagues I had Kenyon Drake, who performed fantastically, which he hasn't done in previous games. That put me over in the league against some buddies from school, and then Blake. Who just went off in our game or in our matchup that I think it's definitely Amari Cooper, but like I just didn't expect to win that game.
All I needed from that game was Chase Edmonds to not flop, and then he flopped.
And he flopped because Kenyon Drake outperformed him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was for sure in my head. I was for sure losing all 3 games, and then I ended up coming up 2-1. So can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, what are you watching?
Sorry, I was looking up Andy Dalton's stats, and somehow Andy Dalton made the worst throw possible. Like he made the worst throw I think I've ever seen, and it wasn't picked off. Like threw while he was getting tackled into the air. He's just lucky the linebacker can't catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But let's get to the main point.
That was our
everyone's disappointment.
Yeah.
The Packers game.
Packers.
Okay, so we started off very, very, very strong.
Very fine.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be another.
Well, no, Rodgers looked beautiful. Like he ran in the ball down at the 1, and gave it to Jonesy. In for the score.
3 pump, by the way.
Everyone's like, "Oh."
Should have been ejected for the
3
pump.
Yeah, everyone was happy that Rodgers would have ran that in. You look at it, and he's down. It's not like Aaron Jones wasn't going to score there.
I just like to say he wasn't down.
It's
not college rules. If his knee goes down, he's not down.
No. If you give yourself up, it's an automatic down.
Oh.
If you dive and or slide, it's an instant down. If your knee touches.
Fair. In my opinion, it shouldn't be.
That's why, like a QB kneel, you don't have to get touched afterwards.
True. Anyway, that's not my.
So with that, he was whatever. Right afterwards, we get a defensive stop, and then Rodgers, after all week of us talking, he could break the record for most touchdowns thrown straight without an interception to start a. Nope. Pick 6 thrown of the career.
To back.
Pissed me off.
Interceptions. Back to back.
Oh, no, not back to back. There was a incompletion in between.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're back to back drives. Yeah. So.
Three attempts at a pass, 2 interceptions. The second one you can't blame him for. It wasn't a good pass, let's be honest.
No, neither was the first one. Neither was the first one.
It was deflected twice. The first one was terrible. The first one was that is not a Rodgers type pass.
No, I don't know what he was thinking there.
I've seen Rodgers make that mistake. No, he's made that same pass before, and it was picked off. Like I was watching, I think it's the Cowboys. He made that pass, I think 2 years ago, Dak's rookie year. He made that pass, and it was once again picked off. It's like that's not Rodgers should see that coming. He should see the cornerback not spying, but like ghosting him. Shadowing, yeah. That's what it's called.
Can I just talk about this real quick? Aaron Rodgers had a QBR of 17.8.
Yeah, Rodgers, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was below 40% with his pass accuracy?
Yeah. Well, okay. And I also want to point out this with the game. Tom Brady won, but with 166 yards of passing and 2 touchdowns. So
yeah, he also got the ball at 2-yard line to get his second score, which he didn't pass. But it was purely his defense won him that game. I know
that, but I think given the first 2 drives, I don't think it's that bad. Green Bay usually does bad after a bye week, so.
No, that's what I was talking about. I think I didn't talk about it on the podcast, but I was talking like when you and me were predicting at the beginning of the season. I expected us to lose to the Saints early, and I expected us to lose this game at the beginning of the season, no matter what. I expected us to lose purely for the fact that we have never been good off a bye. Rodgers has never looked good off a bye week, and so this loss I was not very surprised about. Mind you, was I pissed off about it? Because obviously Rodgers fucking lost. We lost. And Rodgers looked like he shouldn't be in the NFL. But that was besides the point.
But
he missed a wide. He looked like shit. He threw the 2 picks in the tight end over the middle. Overthrew him.
But, I mean, Mercedes Lewis could have gotten off the ground for that. Like, he was falling forward for whatever reason. Like, just jump.
Yeah, I see that, but it was a terrible pass. He didn't put it anywhere near where it should have been.
No.
And you could argue he should have been picked off earlier than at pick 6. He threw it into the triple screen, like the triple where he threw the bubble screen.
Yeah.
That was a terrible play. That should have been picked off right away.
That was just a bad play call, yeah.
But he should have realized the fact that they read the play.
Well,
he shouldn't have made that throw.
It's hard when you have 0.5 seconds in between you throwing the ball and you snapping the ball and you throwing the ball.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying he could have just not made the throw. If he saw it, he can audible. He knows that. If he doesn't agree with a call, he audibles most of the time. I don't know. That game was a shit show.
Yeah, and our defense looked bad too. We let up 158 yards of rushing. Ronald Jones had 100 yards.
This is where I would like to get started.
The fact that Za'Darius didn't do anything either. After his last performance of 3 sacks,
I would like a rant in this. All right. First of all, starting with the offense, because I haven't said too much during this whole thing. During the offense, Rodgers didn't look good, which doesn't happen very often, but it does happen every 5-6 years, something like that. And if Rodgers does bad, how about our defense steps up and does something? Like, I feel like if they didn't score 28 points in the second quarter, Rodgers might have had a little bit more fire in his eyes. But the fact that we were down 18, just in the split, like 15 minutes in one quarter they scored it. I mean, that was tough. Not to mention the play calling was dreadful on both sides of the ball. We tried that one screen pass, which you're talking about at the beginning, which we ran multiple screen passes in the first couple weeks we played, and they worked amazingly. I mean, granted, we had Tyler Ervin in those games, and he was doing some trickery and all that. They're doing some trick plays, but for the most part, our screen should have worked if they would have just tried more. Like, I feel like after that one, they just said, screw it, we're not going back to this. And then defense, okay? Defense, Mike Pettin, goodbye, sir. We wanted you gone for 3 years. We need you gone, all right? Sorry, bud, but goodbye. Now, who would I like to replace? Replace Mike Pettin? I feel like if the Lions just completely suck, which I really hope they do. Usually I'm rooting for the Lions because they're just a horrible team. They always are, but I'm hoping that the Lions just suck and they fire Matt Patricia and then he can come be our defensive coordinator. That would be amazing. But
oh, you really want the defensive coordinator gone?
Oh my God, Mike Pettin needs to go. I said it since last year, and for 3 years, everyone's been thinking it. But
last year it wasn't that bad.
I got a question.
Our defense was trash last year compared to our talent. It was trash.
Would you rather have Dom Capers, the dude before Mike Pettin, or Mike Pettin?
The dude before Mike Pettin.
You rather have Dom Capers?
I hate.
You see how shit our defense was for the last decade?
But look at our talent that we have right now. That's being unutilized.
Okay, but the person who called the defense for the last decade was Dom Capers.
Yeah. Did we have a defense like we have now?
Shit.
Mike Pettin has picked it up since 2018, and our defense has gotten better since 2018.
It has not. Look at our teams. How many points have been scored on us in these past couple weeks? So many points. So many points. We've won in shootouts, except for the Saints game. You could argue, but they held them to like 24 or whatever it was. But other than that, I mean, you're letting the Lions offense drop like, what was it, 30 something on us? Come on.
The Lions. The Vikings scored 30. The Vikings scored 34 on us. 30. The Lions we doubled.
I mean,
21. The Lions had.
Fair.
The Saints had 30. The Falcons we absolutely shut down. We stopped one of the best receiving corps in the league. Calvin Ridley didn't touch the ball. Julio got 3 catches. We stopped them to 16 points. Then we got blown out by Tampa Bay. Our defense has not looked bad this year.
I think it has. I think it's very inconsistent.
That was the only bad game that we've had.
Tom Brady should not be dropping 31 if you don't.
Tom Brady didn't do shit that game.
It's still Tom Brady's offense.
Yes, but it's a very good. It's one of the best offenses in the league.
I still think Mike.
If you look at
Mike Pett needs to go.
If you look at the people, like if you look at the weapons that he has, he should have beat us by more. Compare our offense to their offense. We should have gotten our asses.
Okay, so what happened in between the first drive that we had and the rest of the drives we had, or the first defensive stop we had and the rest of the defensive, possessions that we've.
Momentum just got completely flipped.
Right.
Because of two costly mistakes, but that wasn't because of the offense.
Also, why are our superstar defenders like Za'Darius and Preston Smith, who are I thought they were the best pass rushing duo last year, could be this year, could have been. Why are they just not showing up this year?
What do you mean? Za'Darius had 3 sacks in a game.
What has Preston done?
Preston hasn't done shit.
Exactly. Preston's a great player.
But that's not because of him. That's not because of him. We're doing the same shit they were doing last year.
Not really, if Preston's
play backer and up. I don't know. Let's look up Preston's stats if it'll actually load.
The only people who I think are doing a great job on defense, you could argue, are I think Kenny Clark.
Preston Smith has recorded 0. He has recorded 1 sack this season.
Yeah, and that was
No, Preston Smith hasn't played in the last 2 games, Caleb.
Has he not?
No, he's not played the last 2 games.
Then why?
He's not played. Oh no, he didn't play the first game, and he didn't play the first game, and he didn't play against Tampa.
Well, he wasn't on the injury reserve.
Well, he wasn't playing. He could have opted out that game.
I don't know.
Like the players can opt out whenever they damn well please.
The only players who are outstanding that should be outstanding are Kenny Clark, Jair Alexander. That's about it. Jair's been a monster.
For 2 games.
And Kenny Clark wouldn't let anything up the middle of that game. Everything had to go to the outside, and every time it went to the outside, they got yards on it.
I'd still say Za'Darius is.
No, Za'Darius isn't having a bad season.
As well as
he shouldn't. You said he shouldn't. He is not as performing as well as he should be, or is.
He's performing just as good as he should be.
Yeah.
5 tacks, 16 sacks, and 4 assists. And he has a forced fumble. 1 forced fumble, 5 sacks. 5 sacks through 5 games.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
He would, on average, he would have 3.5 more sacks than he did last year.
But what I'm saying is we have great outside linebackers, and we're not we have Rashawn Gary too, and they just disappeared for the second part of that game.
I just think I think the entire team gave up.
We ran a ton of zone.
If you watch the game
on defense,
no one did shit.
The whole goal,
I just think. Well, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. When we played Breeze, we should not have been able to do that. We, for some reason, were playing back.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can see where you're coming from that, but I don't think our defense has looked bad at all this year.
I think it's looking bad.
I'm with Conrad on this one because, we let up 38 points. 7 of those points was from Aaron Rodgers' pick 6, so that's 31. And then you can argue another. Wait, can I?
Another 7 because.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. You can argue another 7 to take off because Aaron Rodgers threw another interception, and they were at the 1 yard line.
He should have thrown 2 pick 6.
In reality, the defense only really gave up 24 points to the Bucs, and that's not bad.
So we just can't have a goal line stop at all. That's just against
the rules. They're at the 1 yard line. That's hard to do.
Yeah, it's hard to do, but it's with our defense, with our potential, I think we could do it.
Yeah, we can do it.
Yes, Kenny Clark up the middle, Smith Bros on the side. Granted, Preston didn't play apparently. I didn't know that.
After you watch a top 5 quarterback or the greatest passer of the ball ever throw back picks, you feel that.
Okay, but who would you rather rely on?
You feel that.
One
you
person
feel
or
very
an entire side of an entire team, basically, an entire defense.
Well, no, I see what you're saying, but I'm saying you can't expect them. You can expect them to go out there and play, but when all of a sudden they get tired quick. They just had to play defense. They go back like the offense goes back out after they get a defensive stop. They force a 3-and-out. Offense goes back out there for about a minute. Rodgers throws the pick 6. The defense teams has to go out there, whatever. We get the ball back. Rodgers gives them the ball instantly. They didn't have any time to rest after their defense.
They had 4 plays. They had 4 plays.
It's not a lot.
Right. So why are they tired if they ran 4 plays? It was a 3-and-out.
No, but I'm saying they had 3 plays to come back.
Okay, but they also
and then try to goal line stop.
Blake, me and you played football. I think we can both agree that if we were to go out there and play 4 plays, we could probably go back.
Yeah, I guess I know 4 plays isn't a lot to play, but you're kind of sitting there expecting all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna be sitting here for at least 3 minutes. I mean, at least 3 minutes, even if they get a 3-and-out.
Okay, this is all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Considering that Tom Brady had under 200 passing yards.
But they had so many. No. I don't have a problem with the passing game. I have a huge problem with the running game, with our run defense, though. It's terrible. But yeah,
if Preston's out, that hurts to run.
No, he could have been in. I looked at it, and it just isn't showing his stats. He very much could have played.
Yeah, I don't see.
It just doesn't look like.
So, almost 100% sure he played.
I know he didn't play against Vikings. I know that.
But I honestly, I don't think the defense is that bad, considering they only truly let up 24 points.
Well,
and even last year we were. Let me look at last year's stats for the defense.
I just feel like Aaron Rodgers' back-to-back picks just bummed everybody out. The defense is now losing like everyone's going to blame us, and it just went downhill from there.
Well, we still shouldn't let 38 be scored on us. 31 even. That's just ridiculous. If we had a
last year we
defense, we'd have a defense like the Steelers, who let the Browns only score 7 points.
But
and I think
you
got to realize that potential. If
you want an amazing defense like that, you don't have an amazing offense. You never see an amazing offense and amazing defense on the same team.
We have an amazing offense. We have 3.
I mean, you could argue like the 2013 Seahawks.
Yeah.
I can see that. No, but you can't have a. You never really see a top defense and a top tier offense. You trade one or the other, or you're average at both.
Well, I very well believe that our defense is average and our offense is way above average.
Yes, most of the time that a Super Bowl winning team is that they're above average at one and average at the other.
Okay, but my point is our defense shouldn't be average. That's my whole point. We should have an above average defense. We have the best depth at cornerback, I think, in the league. Granted, Kevin King was out. That hurt us. But I think our cornerback depth is fantastic. We have a lot of rising stars. Our safeties, Amos hasn't been looking great, but, I mean, he's doing enough.
He's not bad.
Darnell Savage
he's getting the job done.
I just want to point out, last season we had one of the best defenses in the league.
Well, it's only
statistically,
gotten worse, so.
Like sacks and points allowed.
Right. Sacks because they're actually blitzing Zadarius Smith. Whereas, I don't know what that was, what they were doing earlier, where Zadarius was blitzing up the middle every time. Like, why would they have... We've had some bad defensive play calling, that's all I'm saying.
Well, because they're trying to exploit the bad parts of their O-line.
Well, no, but...
Obviously, they underestimated their O-line. Yeah, but it was working.
So, all I'm saying is we have probably the best defensive back group in... If not one, like top 3. I'd say at least top 3 in the NFL. We have one of the best outside linebacker cores. Inside linebacker, we have a lot of upcoming players who are actually pretty good. Chris Barnes, Christian Kirksey's out, but they've been decent enough. And then we have Kenny Clark in the middle. Like, I don't see why we're an average defense.
Because of injuries. There was multiple people out.
Kevin King.
That game went out with injury on defense.
Kevin King.
No, that game, 2 people went out in defense. Kirksey's out. Kevin King's out. Clark was out for 2 games.
No, but I'm saying
there was one other person.
They still scored 30+ on us.
Yes, but it was all the run. Right. Our run defense has never been good.
But it should be. We have Kenny Clark up the middle. It's all the outside, which I don't understand why it's.
That's one player. Like you said, you can't rely on one player to stop them.
No, I'm not. I'm saying the outside run game is what's killing us. The outside run game is what's killing us. It's never been up the middle. Those stretches, those power plays,
the goal line.
They're for some reason they're killing us.
But that's not. You really can't. I don't think you can blame the defensive coordinator for that. It's just our defense can't stop the run. It's never been able to.
It's some bad play.
Ever.
There's also a play where we had six people back for some reason. Like it was like a 1st and 10, and we had 6 defenders like way back. Like why are we running cover 6 on like a 1st and 10? You know, like there's just really bad play calling, and like I said, the offense was too. Offenses doesn't just get off the hook for that.
I think that's because the Packers are better when their games are back to back and when they're getting in the momentum. When you have a 1 week bye, I feel you put too much into it. You put too much thought into the thing. You put too much thought into playing. Genuinely. I feel they thought about it too much and then proceeded to. I feel they put too much thought into it.
Well, Matt LaFleur also said they had garbage practice
going into the game.
Before, so that didn't help.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because no one was thinking, oh yeah, we got to get ready for this game. Everyone was thinking they have 2 weeks off.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they think like that in the NFL, but
no, obviously, if they had garbage practices, they weren't really thinking about the game.
They could have just had bad practices. You never know.
I just think I wasn't expecting us to blow them out. I might have said that, but that was just because we were talking about it. I don't, because I completely forgot we were coming off a bye week. Coming off a bye week, I always expect to lose. It shouldn't be like that, but I expect it.
No.
We've never been good, even with McCarthy.
Well, McCarthy's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Look what that dude did to the Cowboys.
And he's
train wreck going on right now in Dallas.
That's purely everyone. Mike McCarthy, even throwing the ball, they should still be a top team in the league. Just whipping the ball around. They have the weapons for it. Dallas is just an absolute train wreck all around.
So anyway, that is my whole beef with the Packers right now, and Mike Pettin especially.
Mainly Mike Pettin.
So I
Caleb showed us his notes going into this. It was 8 lines of fire Mike Pettin.
Yeah. Literally, I'd rather have an empty bag of Cheetos coaching our defense than Mike Pettin calling plays. So
no, I feel that this next week against Houston will turn around and our defense will play just as good.
Who are we playing against? A struggling Texans team on offense?
Yeah, but we also everyone going into this game was like, oh, the Packers are gonna everyone, every sports analyst I saw had the Packers winning this game. And even some of them saying we're going to blow them out.
Well.
So, putting your expectations that high, I think that's why. I think you also probably thought that we were just going to kick their ass.
We should have. We really should have.
Yeah. The way we started rolling at the beginning should have carried over to the rest of the game.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's just big. You know, it's a learning experience, and even Rodgers said that they kind of needed little, something to humble them, which that definitely was a 38-10 blowout. Hopefully, at least. So, Jair's still number 1 cornerback in the league. I don't care what anyone says.
Didn't look like it that game.
What do you mean? Chris Godwin had 0 catches. Or Mike Evans had 0 catches, my bad.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was the one on him. Never mind. I'm thinking Amos covering Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk. Dude, come on. Gronk runs probably like a 7-second, probably like a 10-second 40. Like, come on. How are you letting that dude dust you like that? So, anyway, I just want to say, apparently, the Houston Texans are willing to shop any of their wide receivers right now. And there are rumors that the Falcons are looking to shop Julio Jones.
And Matt Ryan, I heard. Yeah.
Well, we don't really need to worry about Matt Ryan right now. We're looking to better the Packers receiver core.
I would love to see them ship out Calvin Ridley. I would love to see us take Calvin Ridley.
He's going to be their star receiver for the future. I don't think that ever happened.
Oh, no, most likely not. But I also don't see them getting rid of Julio Jones.
I don't know. There's rumors.
Rumors are saying.
After the performance he just had?
Well, you also got to realize what kind of position they're in. They're kind of going to be in a rebuilding position right now. New head coach.
Yeah. Well, depending on...
bad record.
They have to start looking forward towards the future right now because Matt Ryan's getting old. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can see them kicking out Matt Ryan. I don't see the reason to kick Julio out. Keep him, the guy's name, fucking, Rouge or something? I can't. It's the other one. The third receiver.
Gage?
Not Ridley. Gage. I don't know why I thought it started with an R. I think they should keep their wide receivers and I think they should try to shop a better quarterback for right now.
Well, he hasn't been doing bad. They just need a replacement for when he does just.
Or they just need to get a defense. It's just like the Cowboys. Right. Their offense is perfectly fine. Their defense is their shit show.
Well, and I don't know what their cap space situation is looking like, but maybe they need to just clear up space to fix that defense. The offense is so high right now that maybe they can afford to get rid of Julio.
If you clear up space for the defense, you're kicking out most of your offense.
Well, no, the idea is they're only kicking out Julio.
No, you said Julio and Matt Ryan.
Well, that's what Blake said. I didn't hear Matt Ryan. All I heard was Julio.
I heard Matt Ryan could be potentially gone.
If they kick both of them out, they would have enough space to fix their defense. But you're kicking out 2 of the 4 main components.
They're in a rebuilding. They're probably rebuilding right now. That's the whole point. That's the point.
Right now it says cap consequences make Matt Ryan, Julio Jones trades difficult, but not impossible.
Right.
According to NBC Sports.
Who would we even ship? I don't even know. I don't think we should ship anyone out for Julio. I'm going to be honest. But if they were to let him, if they don't like him, want him to go,
I would welcome. I would see us. We got I would even give up Scantling in cap space and other in someone else for Julio. Do that.
Right now, what's going on?
Exactly what they want.
What's going on at
Give them a young star.
Is what happened in Houston. Just cap problems. That's why they got rid of D-Hop.
No. What happened in Houston is they had Bill O'Brien being their fucking head coach.
That's
they had a brain dead potato sack as a head coach.
Yeah.
Who was he was trying to pull Bill Belichick.
So yeah, I think if we have the opportunity to pick up Julio we're not going to get him for cheap, but if we can just sign him to the rest of the season, because we're not going to be able to re-sign him next season for sure. But
fuck no, not in the slightest.
That'd be sweet. Just
because it's pay Jonesy and Bakhtiari. Oh, that was the other thing that happened. Bakhtiari went out, which fucked our entire game up.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's another reason we just got shit on, because we gave up 5 sacks. I don't know who the fuck took his place, but they didn't look good.
Former Wisconsin Badger, former Detroit Lion, Rick Wagner.
He didn't look good.
No, but that's not his normal position. He plays right tackle. And you might say, oh, well, it's just flipping the position.
I get the very big difference between.
That's what I played.
Because one's his strong side, one's his weak side, and one's his pull side.
Right, and like you could even see in his back step, like sometimes he'd be going out like to the he's playing left tackle, right? Sometimes he'd be backing up to the left, and he'll let people go inside of him, which is not what you want to do. You want to protect the quarterback, stay inside, push the guy out. So,
I very much get the reason why he did shit, because he's normally complete opposite side.
Right.
But it was I don't see.
I mean, it was either him or Alex
with Bakhtiari out,
and I'd rather have Rick Wagner than Alex Light in. Gonna be honest. But yeah,
I don't really pay attention to linemen. But when I saw Bakhtiari went out, legit, I think him and Corey Lindsey. Do we still have Corey Lindsey? I can't remember. I think we do.
Number one in the league.
Corey Lindsey and him are obviously our best two linemen.
Well, yeah. Well, and Elgton Jenkins. I mean, right now Corey Lindsey's playing out of his mind right now. Yeah, I agree. But we have a very solid O line, which is it sucked to see.
We had the second best rated O line going into this week,
which that really scares me for next season, because the whole cap situation for the Packers is we're gonna need to. It's looking like we're gonna get either Bakhtiari or Jones, unless we can make something happen. But
I know if Jones keeps playing like he is right now, he's gonna be asking for a lot of money.
Right, so. But I think he's a player that
we can
afford to pay.
If he's gonna be like Rodgers, where he'll take a pay cut to stay on the team,
I don't think
so. We can sign our other main. I can see Jones doing that.
Hopefully, I like it, but
I can see Jones taking a slightly less pay than what he could get from other teams to stay on our team.
It seems like he enjoys it. I mean, most players enjoy playing for Green Bay, so.
Well, I think what else is a factor is if we win a Super Bowl, then he obviously going to be considering it.
Yeah, but you also
then we'll get more. We get more cap space. The better we do. The more revenue we take in. Obviously, if you make it to the playoff, you get more cap space.
Yeah. Well, you also got to look at.
You make more money.
Our necessity at left tackle, like without Bakhtiari, I mean, we need to draft a left.
I feel we would pay Bakhtiari before Jones.
I think we should. I think it's the smarter move. As much as I love Jones, I hope we find a way for him to stay. I mean, Bakhtiari's got to stay. He's like, past him, there's nobody at that position who's doing anything.
I love Jones too, but Williams can get the job done too. I feel like our running backs are great, and we just need Bakhtiari, and it showed yesterday. Yeah. And without a really good O-line, you're not going to have a really good running back.
It's Tuesday.
Well, here are the big like cap space things about next year is the three big ones are, like I said, Jones, Bakhtiari, and then Kevin King. If it means we have to get rid of Kevin King to keep the other two, I would be very happy.
We're letting Kevin King walk.
If he asked for a lot. But he's not having as great of a season as he did the last half.
No, we're letting him walk. We aren't keeping him. I can tell you that right now. Kevin King's not coming back next year.
You think so?
We always do this. We always get two very good players at the same position, and one of them, or defensively. We'll get, when we have good quarterbacks, we always end up letting one walk.
Yeah.
It's like when Clinton Dix was here. Very fucking good for us, and then we just let him walk.
He was.
I wouldn't say he
was really fucking good.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say he's really. I would say he's just as good as Kevin King.
Okay.
No.
I think Kevin King's better.
I think Kevin King is way better.
Oh, let me look at stats.
Well, stats aren't everything. Yeah,
I'm saying I'm saying Clinton Dix stats, not because Kevin King's our second option.
Well, Kevin King is that guy who's going to go on the defensive line. He's going to line up in man against your wide receiver, and he's going to beat him on the line. He's just going to punish him, push him back, do everything he can to stop him from getting out into the middle of the field. That really shows a lot. Like he's a big dude. Kevin King is a big dude, and that to have that presence on the field. Yeah, he might not be as fast as some other backers, but having that big cornerback that can play ball a lot of times. Jump up for the ball instead of having to.
I don't know. I think Clinton Dix, his 2016 season was pretty good. It was probably with 5 interceptions, 7 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble.
Last year, Kevin King had 5 interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. I think so.
80 tackles. The year before that, 100 tackles. Solo tackles. The year 2015, 83 solo tackles. For a cornerback, it's good by him. I don't know. He played very. I just remember he played very good for us. He wasn't a top 10 cornerback, or not corner. Yeah, cornerback, but I don't know. I feel he did pretty good when he played for us. Yeah, he had 5 interceptions last year. But he only had 60. Kevin King, he had the same amount as Clinton Dix, but Clinton Dix got more tackles.
But you also gotta look at
it even solo tackles.
Look at it in a Jair Alexander perspective. If you're not letting the wide receiver catch the ball, you're not going to get tackles like that. So
no, but even you saying he plays up more,
which means the wide receiver wouldn't get as many catches.
And I don't know. I just remember Clinton Dix played pretty decent for us.
Well, yeah, I know, but Kevin King is better. That's my whole point. I think I'd rather. I could see us dropping him, like you're saying. I don't think it's a guarantee, but
I think if Jones and Bakhtiari sign, there's no way in hell we sign.
Unless we win the Super Bowl, which
even then.
I think we.
Look at what the Chiefs did.
Look what the Chiefs did. They re-signed Patrick Mahomes for $500 million.
But you gotta also realize their cap space is a lot bigger than ours.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have that.
Okay, let's move on.
They didn't have much.
Let's move on to a different topic. Besides just
Chiefs had less cap space than
Packers. I can't remember. I don't really care.
I actually think it was like $500. I'm not even gonna lie. It was something super low like that. They managed to keep all the players.
Like, I know you definitely have topics written down. What's going on?
Well,
what do you want to talk about now?
Who's now the king of the NFC? If it's not the
Seahawks,
Packers,
Seahawks.
I'd like to make the case for the Buccaneers. Better defense.
I would not. They've lost 2 games.
Yeah, but the Seahawks have probably the second worst defense in the league.
No, it's
bottom
5.
Dallas and Atlanta are
bottom 5.
I think I could name 5 worst defenses.
Got the Cowboys, Giants,
Falcons. Giants, Jets,
Falcons.
What's the other
I'd
game?
argue that the Seahawks are down there though. They're down
Minnesota.
Yeah, they're
bottom 10 defense.
Yeah, they're
bottom 10 defense, but I'd say they are the team to beat in the NFC right now.
Who's got the best defense in the NFC then? It's got to be the Buccaneers.
Bears,
right?
Without it, no, the Bears.
Bucks have a good one too. They
have the best defense in the NFC.
Levante David did great yesterday.
I'm just saying, if you look how the Bears have won their games, it is purely their defense winning their games.
That's also true.
They aren't beating terrible teams. They beat who I think the only team they've lost to is the Colts.
Right. Which the Colts aren't even like a top 10 team right now.
The Bucks lost to the Bears.
Yeah.
The Bears beat the Panthers. The Bears, and their first 3 games I really don't count, but they beat the Bucks.
Okay, so who's a better team though, the Bears or the Bucks?
Who wins on a head-to-head?
The Bucks. They're more. Right. Well, the Bears. The Bears. I would take the Bears in a game against the Bucks, purely for their defense.
I mean, they already beat them. So.
Yeah.
My point. I'd take them winning against the Bucks again, purely for the fact how good their defense plays.
Well, okay. Here's another question. Now that the Bucks are rolling, they beat the number 1 team in the NFL at this point in the league, or when we were the number 1 team in the NFL, they beat us. Now that they're rolling and now that their offense, Tom Brady's figuring it out, and their defense is like that. What's to stop them being the best team in the NFC?
I just think so far, with how the teams have played, the Seahawks are better.
I think the Seahawks are better.
I think the Seahawks are a better team. I don't think they're a more well-rounded team.
I just feel like Russell Wilson's ability to come in clutch time, if he needs to, he's going to score. It's just no going about that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd take the Seahawks I don't know. I think the Seahawks versus the Bucs would be a very good game to watch. It'd be.
So Russell Wilson's the one that pushes you over.
And I feel like once Jamal Adams comes back, they're going to be fine defensively.
You think one player can do that on defense?
Well, he definitely helps. He blitzes the quarterback.
I think he could change the momentum of that defense to actually being able to stop.
But we can agree that the Bucs are a better, well-rounded team.
Oh, they're a more well-rounded team, but at this point in time, you can't bet against the Seahawks. Just like the Chiefs, like you said, you can't bet against the Chiefs.
True.
At this point,
the Bucs have proven that they have weaknesses. They've lost in their division. That's one of the games they lost.
Yes.
Yeah, they look terrible against the thing with the Bucs, they can arguably be 5-1. That Bucs game could have gone either way, or that Bears game could have gone either way.
Yeah.
So
Thursday night in Soldier Field, yeah, they definitely. I mean, it was just a bad situation for them.
And
Tom Brady has dementia,
and he was confused about what down it was.
Yeah,
like it could have gone either way. But
I think Russell Wilson is the tipping point for the Seahawks. I think if you take the Buccaneers defense, even with Jamal Adams on the Seahawks, I think the Bucs are better. You take
easily
Buccaneers offensive line over the Seahawks. Seahawks have one of the worst offensive lines by far.
Yeah, they're lying.
I will agree. The Bucs have a more well-rounded team, but at this point in time, the Seahawks are a better team.
And I think it's Russell
just
Wilson
with how they mesh.
For him. I think you could edge the receivers to the Seahawks just because of how DK Metcalf's playing, but the Buccaneers still have an outstanding receiver core. They have a better line. They have better running backs. It literally comes down to Russell Wilson.
You can almost go into every single point and be like, okay, well, the Bucs have a better one of these. The Bucs have a better one of these. But I'll still take the Seahawks.
Because of Russell Wilson.
As of right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. I think it's Russell Wilson that does it.
Because of his complete ability to take over a game. Mind you, he hasn't looked insanely good the last few games, but he's looked good enough.
That's what I'm saying. I think Russell Wilson's I don't think he can just last that long into the season. I don't think he can go 16 games and look like he was the first 3, I think the Bucs have a better chance of being a better team in the end.
In the end,
so I'll agree right now that the Seahawks are better, but I think in the end,
if you're going in the end, the Seahawks will probably be a worse team than the Bucs.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah. The Bucs just have a better, well-rounded team. They might be out-coached too. I mean, as much as I hate Pete Carroll, he probably is a better coach than Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is just, I don't know. He's made some bad calls, but then again, Pete Carroll passing at the 1-yard line, wasn't a great call either. But like Conrad and I said, I think the Packers will figure themselves out, and then they'll be hopefully.
I think it was just team. I purely think it was for the fact that it was off a bye.
Yeah,
off a bye, we've really been the greatest team.
I think it'll be number 1 in the. I think if we were to rank the top 4 teams in the NFC at the end of the year, as of right now, I think number 1 seed goes Packers. I think
it'd go Bucs.
You think it's gonna go Bucs first?
Oh no, I think it'll go Bucs, Seahawks, us.
Really?
I think we'll be third in the NFC at the end of the season.
Okay, this is a good question. This is a great.
Are you doing like a playoff picture?
Yeah. So
let's as of right now, who are your 7 teams making the playoffs in the NFC?
And then okay,
as of right now, I'll say Packers, Seahawks, you got to go Packers, Seahawks, Buccaneers.
In order.
In order? Okay, I'll go Packers number 1, and I'll give my reason real quick.
Who's your 1? Yeah, 1 through 7 seed.
So Packers, I put at number 1 just because we have 3 realistically losable games, which is the Bears we play twice, and then the Titans. And I think we win 2 out of 3 of those games, just because I think we're a better team and we're going to be playing back to back to back. I think either we'll beat the Bears twice, or it'll be one. We'll win against the Bears once. Maybe we'll lose at Soldier Field, and then we'll probably beat the Titans. Titans are a great team right now, though, so I don't know. It's gonna be a good game.
Okay.
Packers at 1.
Okay, one point with the Packers. I think we're going 14-2 this season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, you think we're going 14-2?
Yeah.
I don't. I think we will go 12-4.
So who are we losing to?
I think we will lose to the Colts.
No way.
We will drop to the Titans, and depending on who is healthy for the like what the 49ers look like, I could see us losing to them and or the Bears once. Caleb, last year you would have said the same thing, but you look at the teams that we lost to. There was only one good team that we lost to last year, and that was the 49ers twice.
Yeah, off of 2 bye weeks.
We lost to the Eagles.
Which were
Rodgers didn't look good that game either.
Right, that was kind of like our Buccaneers game. I think that I don't know, you could argue that was
the 49ers game was off. It was the Buccaneers game. It was off a bye week, and nothing looked good.
Okay.
Eagles game, nothing looked. Our defense looked.
That was a good game. We lost off of the last play. We could have won that game if Rodgers didn't throw an interception at the end.
Oh yeah, if Rodgers didn't throw the interception.
We didn't get blown out. It wasn't a bad game. It was close.
No, the game that I'm thinking was a bad game was the Chargers game.
Yeah, that was just a stinker.
To Phillip Rivers and the Chargers.
That was a stinker.
You can see us dropping to Phillip Rivers back-to-back years.
Okay, but I don't see us losing to the Niners just because we're not playing them on a bye week.
I'm saying we either lose to the Niners or we lose to the Bears once.
Again, I don't. It'd be tough for us to lose in the division just because Matt LaFleur has proven he can win in our division. I mean, he's never lost in our division yet.
He's only played everyone twice, though. It's not like it would be very different if it was his third season and he's never lost in the division. If he was 12-0.
Okay, but I still think
I think you think as highly as the Packers as it can be.
Okay. Why is he losing to the Bears then? Because they have a great team.
The Bears have. It's for the fact that playing good defenses, our offense always shuts down.
So how come we beat the Vikings last year, who had a great defense? Twice.
I forgot did they have a great defense?
Yes, they had a fantastic defense. That's one of the reasons they're doing so poorly this year. First of all, because Kirk Cousins sucks, and second of all, because their defense is underperforming.
And their offense, they got rid of their best offensive threat, and their second offensive threat is injured this season.
I wouldn't say their best offensive threat was Stefan. I'd say
Stefan Diggs was their. I'd say Diggs was their best player offensively.
No, it's Dalvin Cook by far.
Cook. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I guess I was thinking. I don't know. I thought Stefan Diggs was their best offensive threat. You could argue
because
but I guess not.
Dalvin Cook was hurt. Maybe it was Stefan Diggs, but if we're just looking at it raw, who's better? It's Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Every game that we lose, we normally lose to either a very just shit team, or we lose to a good defense. That's what I'm pointing out.
So you think
the Colts and the Bears? The Colts and the Bears. That's 2 of the top 5 defenses. 3 times. It's not one or 2 of those games is not going down well. My bets are going to 2 of those games. We're going to win.
So now you're not arguing for 12-4. You're arguing for 13-4.
No, 12-4. No, we aren't beating the Titans. We can't stop fucking Ronald Jones. What makes you think we're going to stop the over 6 foot monster that is Derrick Henry?
Because their only play is halfback dive and we have this guy named Kenny Clark.
You know who Derrick Henry is? Yeah. The man that just ripped every team a new asshole this season and last season?
We have Kenny Clark.
He's going to fucking make it rain with Kenny Clark.
He's
going to just kill the kid.
Half of the defensive tackle's job is just putting the lineman in front of the running back. If the running back can't go through his own lineman, he's gonna have to bounce it out.
Yeah, he's faster than most people.
Yeah, when he gets
faster than every lineman. He's just as fast as linebackers. He's linebacker speed, lineman strength.
Yeah, that's the case.
But he's bigger than everyone. He's a fucking Madden created player.
I still think we're.
No, we are not beating the Titans to save our lives.
I think we could.
I would put money on it that we do not beat the Titans this season.
That'll be a good game then. We might have to put money on it.
So wait. What are your playoffs picture looking like?
Caleb, continue. Wait, I just felt like
Caleb.
The only clause that I had was Caleb 12. Caleb thinks we lose in one game. I don't see it happening.
I think we're losing one game. Possibly
I see us losing at least 3.
Floor is 12-4. Okay. I don't think we're hitting our floor.
Just go with the rest of your playoffs.
2 is the Bucks.
To the Packers.
The Seahawks. 4 is a toss-up between the Eagles and the Cowboys. Probably Cowboys. Should be Cowboys, but they're so bad that it could be the Eagles. 5, maybe the Bears. Bears are going to be 5 or 6, and then let's see. No one from the East is making it. The West,
fucked.
Rams are iffy, and Niners are iffy. Niners probably not. If they might sneak in as a 7, so I'd say Rams are going to be in there, and then probably the Saints. I don't know what order those Bears, Saints, and Rams are going to be in, but they're.
Oh, so you have the Cardinals missing it.
I just don't think they can do it. They're like the Browns. They're inconsistent.
That's fair. Okay, Blake, what are your playoff picture for the NFC? We'll do the AFC after this. We just want to get through the NFC.
NFC, number 1, I have the Seahawks. I just feel like they're just that good right now. I feel like they can beat any team that they play. Number 2, the Green Bay Packers. 13-3, I feel like, should get them a nice number 2 seed. Number 3, I have the New Orleans Saints. I feel like they can come back and win. They're not even that far out. They're 3-2 right now. Then number 4, Cowboys. Number 5, the Bucks. Number 6, the Rams, and number 7, the Bears.
Okay, so mine, I think it will be the Seahawks at number 1, the Bucks at number 2, Packers at number 3. Either the Eagles or the Washington football team at number 4. The number 5, I will say the Cardinals. Number 6, the Chicago Bears. And number 7, the LA Rams.
So
I do not think the Saints will make it.
Well, okay, this is my argument for the Saints. They have to play the Falcons twice. They already showed that they can beat the Buccaneers. Let's say they drop it. They have to play the Panthers twice. That's 4 wins right there. They have to play the Vikings.
Yeah, I think
that's 5 wins.
Okay. With that, I think the Bucks will take the next game. I think they will beat the Falcons both times. I think they will split the division. I think they will split the series with the Panthers.
They play the Vikings, the Eagles, and the Broncos as well.
Their next 3 games are going to be tough for Drew Brees. They have not the next 3. After the Panthers, their 3 games following are going to be very tough. They play the Bears, the Bucks, and the 49ers.
Yeah, but look after that. They play the Falcons twice, the Broncos, the Eagles. The hardest game there is Chiefs. They can theoretically win the rest of the games.
Okay, so let's look.
And they have Michael Thomas back.
I feel they will go on a 3-game losing streak if they beat the Panthers. That's my case. I think they will end the season 9-7, and I feel there will be 3 double-digit win teams out of the West.
I think they'll handle the business against the Panthers. They'll probably go 1-2 with that stretch with the Bears, Bucks, and Niners, and then the last couple games, I can only really see them losing to the Chiefs.
What?
Okay, so
yeah,
I had a problem with the football team making it controversially with the Eagles toss up. Why?
I just don't see the Cowboys. I don't see the Cowboys making it.
Okay, but why would the football team make it if they just lost to the New York Giants?
That is very true.
Why did we make it last year? Why were we a 2 seed when we lost to the Chargers?
Chargers aren't as bad as the Giants.
Yes, but that's also a divisional game. Why, when the Broncos won the Super Bowl, did they lose to the Raiders twice that division? And that was the Raiders' 2 wins that season.
True. I just think it's weird that the football team with Alex Smith as quarterback is going to make the playoffs.
I can see the football team. That division, anyone could win it, realistically. Shittiest division there is.
You just gotta. Well, you gotta think. Honestly, I feel like it's a toss-up between the Eagles and the.
I don't see the Cowboys making it. That's
and the Cowboys. Because the thing is with the Eagles is once their players come back, they could be good. Who knows? They're not gonna be insane, but they could be good enough to win the East.
If Jalen Hurts starts, I think they have a chance.
I just want to point this out. Back in 2015 to 16, the Bengals were 12-4 under Andy Dalton.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually had some nice runs.
Oh yeah, when they had Jerome Simpson, AJ Green, and I can't remember the third string wide receiver. That was a good stretch for them.
So, all right, we're pretty torn on that.
So, AFC. The NFC, we all can agree on, I think, 6 of the 7 teams. The only person that I don't agree... Oh, no. 5 of the 7 teams. The only people we don't agree on are the Eagles, or the East, and the 7th seed with the...
The what? You cut out.
I have the Cardinals. I have the Cardinals winning, and the Cardinals making it, and you guys both have the Saints making it, but... Yeah, I don't know. Saints.
I feel like the Saints are going to be fine.
I can see them being fine, but I don't know.
It's a toss-up with the Saints and the... I mean, honestly, the Panthers have a chance. They honestly do.
They do, but I just can't see them.
Okay, let's go for the AFC. I will start with this. Number 1, I have the Chiefs. Number 2, I have the Steelers. Number 3, the Titans. Number 4, the Bills. Number 5, the Ravens. Number 6, Dolphins. And number 7, either the Browns or the Colts.
The Dolphins. That's
Dolphins
a shout.
will have a better record than the.
Wait. The Colts 6, the Dolphins, Browns, or Raiders are the 7th seed.
Wow.
Interesting.
I can see coming down to the last few weeks for those 3 teams.
All right, Blake, you're up.
All right. I guess we'll start this off. Number 1 team, I have the Chiefs. Number 2 team, I have the Steelers. Number 3 team, I have the Tennessee Titans. Number 4 team, I have the Buffalo Bills. Number 5 team, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Number 6 team, I have the Indianapolis Colts. And then number 7 team, I have the Patriots.
Ooh. That's easy. After losing to the Broncos.
Yes, I still believe in Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That would be the only other team that I'd accept as a 7th seed.
Because I just can't bet against Bill Belichick. It's just hard to do that.
All right, fair.
Yes, that's fair.
I think number 1 is the Chiefs. I think after the Bills, there's no chance that they realistically give up the 1 seed in the in the AFC.
Well, it depends if the Steelers lose to a game. That's the... Sorry. Continue.
I think the Steelers will lose this week. I think they'll lose against Titans, who will get the 2 seed. Steelers will get the 3. 4, I guess I'm putting the Ravens. They just don't look as good as they did last year.
No, wait, but they're in the same division as the...
No, not this. Not
same
the
division. You gotta pick the
thinking of the East.
The Patriots division.
Yeah, that one's tough. Who'd you put as your winner of that one, Conrad?
We both put Bills.
Yeah, we both.
Oh shit! Bills. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with the Bills. Tough couple games, but I think they can bounce back. And their division's kind of cheeks right now, so. 5, 6.
Yeah, they play the Jets this week.
The Browns are making the playoffs, just because of their schedule.
Their depth.
They're losing 3 games, and that's to the Ravens, the Titans, and the Steelers. Maybe, probably. So I think they'll go 11-5 and finish out the season as a playoff team. Ravens, obviously, and then. Dang, that East is scary.
Oh yeah, wait, no, fuck that. Wait, can I switch mine? The 7th is going to be the Browns guaranteed. Their schedule is probably the easiest the rest of the season. It's easier than the Saints.
In the AFC?
They play...
No, if you're
they play the Bengals. Oh, they play the Bengals. Then the Raiders are going to be a tough game. They play the Texans, Eagles, Jags. The Titans, they'll lose. The Ravens, they'll lose. The Giants, the Jets, and they end the season with the Steelers.
Okay.
Realistically, give them 1, 2, 3, 4 losses the rest of the season. They're 10-6.
I'd argue that the Seahawks have a similarly easy schedule as the Browns. The only team that is a difficult...
You gotta realize it for how good the Seahawks are compared to how good the Browns are. If the Seahawks had a Browns schedule, they wouldn't drop a game.
I'm just saying, I'm just talking about schedules right now.
I think the Seahawks actually have a harder schedule because they play the Rams twice still. They play the Bills and they play the Cardinals again.
Right, but...
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. The Giants, Jets, Washington.
The only team outside of their division that they have to play that's difficult is the Bills. And like we even said in the last podcast, the AFC North and the NFC West are they're the 2 hardest divisions in the league right now, the 2 best. So I just think
the 2 best. Yeah, no, I can see where you're coming from. Yeah.
So I think the Browns will make
it. I think after
the Ravens as the wild cards, and then who's my sleeper? I gotta throw a sleeper.
Who's your third wild card?
I'll throw the Dolphins in there. Why not? Let's go.
2 Dolphins.
So you're saying the Dolphins? No, I don't have the Dolphins making it. I have the Colts making it over them and the Browns. The Dolphins are going to be fighting for the 7th seed. I don't see them getting the 6th or 5th seed. I think we can agree on the top 5.
Yes.
Yeah. AFC's less controversial.
Order, but we can agree on top 5 just purely off which teams. We can agree the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Titans, and the Bills are winning their divisions, and we can say the Ravens are going to be non-winner of the division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
but let's just talk about who is going to win the tank. Besides the obvious Jets, who do you think is a sleeper win for Trevor? For the number 1 pick, not for Trevor.
The Jaguars.
I
can see that. I think the Texans are going to just tank. I think they should tank the rest of the season because I don't see them making the playoffs.
They have Deshaun Watson.
And they just paid Deshaun.
Not for Trevor.
Who are they tanking for?
No, I think they should pick with a high overall pick, they should pick another offensive weapon. I think they should take a running back or a wide receiver with a top 5 pick.
But they could probably already do that. They could probably already do that. They could get a solid weapon just by playing the same.
No, I'm saying with the draft.
Right, but I don't think
they could probably just sign one straight up. I don't know. No, I'm not saying for the one. I shouldn't have said. I'm just saying for a top 5 pick. I think the Texans are a sleeper top 5, the top 5 worst team pick.
Okay.
See obviously the Jets and the Giants. I feel are going to be the top 2. The Jags will be 3.
You never know. The Giants have an easier division.
Yeah.
Jags are up for.
Okay, so we can almost confirm the Jets and the Jags though as a top 5 worst team for the rest of the season, unless the Jets decide to do what they did last year and go on like a 5-game win streak to end the season.
Yeah. Well, here's what I wanted to talk about with that thing that we had saved in our notes is the Jets tanking for Trevor. Would Trevor? I mean, he's coming out of college hotter than ever, and he's almost guaranteed to go to the NFL.
I don't think he saves the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
I don't think he saves the Jets.
You don't?
I don't think he saves the Jets. If that's what you're going at.
I was gonna say, do you think he even goes in the draft?
Oh.
I think I've heard some people argue that.
No, I think
there's a chance he stays, and so he doesn't have to go to the Jets.
He does.
Honestly, that's the best choice for him. Don't waste your career with the Jets.
Yeah, it's a smart choice, but at the same time, he's a guaranteed number 1 overall right now. So.
And I guess he'll be getting his money then.
Right. He's
gonna. I feel Trevor. There's no reason.
And then he doesn't have to get hurt.
Yeah, because he could risk injury and then proceed to lose draft stock and lose out on that money.
Yeah.
And if you realistically going on the Jets, who cares if you do if your career isn't like as luxurious as like Patrick Mahomes? You're getting a better bag than some good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like some quarterbacks that have won.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just bring it up.
You gotta realize
brought it up that I heard.
So. Who is it? Joe Flacco. You gotta realize has a Super Bowl ring. He has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
He's not a very good quarterback.
No, he's old as all hell.
Oh, I'm saying when he wasn't a very good quarterback. But he'll most likely have a better career than Trevor Lawrence going to a shitty team.
Probably. But they're
it's like Joe Burrow.
Rebuild stage
Joe Burrow can do as much. Joe Burrow can do as much as he wants. Or the Bengals, he just doesn't have anything. Right now, as of right now,
I think he's got a lot.
Yeah, I think.
No, but as of right now, his O-line is terrible. His defense is terrible.
Those are the only 2 bad things, though.
Terrible.
Okay, if you look at these
bad things.
If you look at these Bengals games, though, they should have beat the Colts. They blew a lead. They beat the Jaguars. They should have beat the Chargers, but their kicker missed the field goal. They took an L to the Browns, and they should have beat the Eagles. Like, their record should be way different. The record doesn't reflect them, I feel like.
I can see
but I don't think Burrow's going to waste his career in Cincinnati. Like, he's got a great set of wide receivers. Honestly, a great set of wide receivers. He's got 2 very good running backs. Never mind. I can actually see the Cincinnati Bengals give it 5 years, and they'll be a top team in the league with how much young talent they have. They just need to rebuild that defense. I can see them draft some linemen. Just make steps.
But that's why you give it like 4 or 5 years, and they'll be a very good team.
They need to do what the Bills did.
Yeah,
because the Bills used to be terrible, and then they took their steps, and now look at them. They're
you also look. The Bills drafted a very good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Very young and good quarterback for their future.
But they didn't know he was going to be as good as he is right now.
No, that's the thing. But I feel with Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow, there's too much pressure put on them that they're not going to succeed. Because of how much hype they've had.
I guess. But, I mean, anything can change in a season. Like, for sure.
No, I'm not saying, but I don't know. I see there's no reason for Trevor Lawrence not to enter the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, he risks getting injured, not going a high overall, and then his draft stock going down, not getting paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
So this is a question I want to ask you guys. Are the Chicago Bears contenders or pretenders?
Contenders. I think we can all agree. I think we all can agree with. I think they. Are you saying Super Bowl or playoff?
Like, just in the season right now, are they contenders for like whatever for this?
I think they're contenders. I think if you look at their record and who they've beat, or like not who they've beat, but how they've been playing. Their recipe. There's no real flaws with how they've won games. Besides their last game with Tom Brady, their fluke. People can say I don't see there really being any major flaws with how they've won games. Besides their comeback, I think, as well.
Yeah, the Bears for sure. They're as much of contenders as the Cleveland Browns are. The Browns are their main problem is their quarterback.
I feel they're better than. I feel they have a better odds than the Browns because the Browns don't have a very good defense.
But they have. I'm saying they have the same problems as the Browns, which is their quarterback is inconsistent.
Yes, well, no, they have one of the same problems.
Yeah.
The Bears and the problems the Browns have with their quarterback not being good. Yes, they have that problem, but the Browns don't have a good defense. The Bears have an amazing defense.
But the Browns have a better offense than the Bears. I mean,
yes, but once again, like I pointed out in a very weird point, but I guess it comes back. Joe Flacco has a ring.
True.
Are you telling me Joe Flacco could do that on any other team? The Bears' defense is good enough to take them at least past the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess.
At least.
Okay.
I can see them being a 5 or 6 seed.
I'm just saying they have similar situation. I'm just saying in a contender pretend, I think they're contending in a similar way that the Browns are, just inconsistently because of their quarterback position.
No, I think a better comparison is the Colts.
I was about to say
the top 5 defense.
You have talking about good teams, and you don't have. Are the Colts contenders or pretenders?
I think they are contenders. I think they will be a 5 or. I mean, they will be a 6 seed, just like the Bears.
Pretenders for me.
And the.
I think they are contenders.
I think Caleb, you can't say that about
today.
I don't think you can say that about the Bears being contenders, but the Colts being pretenders. They're the exact same team, different divisions.
I think the Bears have proved themselves on defense a little bit more than the Colts just by the teams they've played, and I think Phillip Rivers is a bigger detriment, even though he's had one great game, than Nick Foles. And that wide receiver core is scary. I mean, the running backs, they have Marlon Mack's out. As much as I love, I can't think of his name now.
Jonathan
Taylor. He's a rookie running back. You know, anything could happen.
I think they have a better position, and I think looking at their schedule, I can see where you're coming from because their schedule is scarily not good for them. They're not to succeed. The Colts are not, but I feel the Bears are better set up to succeed with their division being the Lions and the Vikings. I feel are free 4 wins, meaning they'll already be guaranteed above 500.
I know. I said the Bears are contenders.
Oh no, I'm saying I can see where you're coming from actually, because I was calling you out for saying you can't say it about the Bears and not the Colts. They're basically the same team. Mind you, the Colts have dropped another game, like one more game than the Bears have, but that's also for the fact that I feel the Bears have played worse teams than the Colts.
You think so?
Well, the Bears actually lost to the Colts. The Colts have the 2 games they dropped are to the Jags, which is I feel that was a fluke game by Minshew. And then to the Browns, but the Browns have one of the better offensives. That's why.
You were just arguing for defense over offense.
Oh no, but I'm saying the Browns have one of the best offensive when they know what. I can see why they lost that game. What game did the Bears lose again?
So could you see the Browns beating the Bears?
They lost to the Colts, Conrad. The Bears lost to
Colts. I'm fucking stupid. Never mind.
Could you see
I could see the Browns beating the Bears.
Wait. Did the Colts lose to the Browns?
Colts lost to
the Browns. The Colts lost to the Browns, but the Colts beat the Bears.
Okay. So, and you're saying the Browns couldn't beat the Bears?
No, I'm saying the Browns could beat the Bears. I'm saying the Browns are a better team than both these guys. But I think the Colts will be a higher seed than the Browns.
Wait, you're saying the Browns are a better team than the Bears now?
Yeah. I feel the Bears. The Bears are a good team. They are a contender, but so are the Browns.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said the opposite earlier, but
I think you did.
I could have. I think the Browns. Well, in my rankings, I had the Bears 6th seed. I had the Browns as a 7th seed, but I had the Colts as a 6th seed. Seeing that, I could still see the Browns being a better team than the Colts and the Bears. I just think their schedule is tougher than both of them, meaning they will be a lower seed.
Okay, but they're a better team, is what you're saying. The Browns are.
The Browns are the better of the three, in my eyes.
Okay.
All right. Before I head off, I want to tell you guys my top 5 teams.
Yeah,
I have.
Yes. End it off with a banger.
Okay, so number 1 team, like I said before, hard to bet against Russell Wilson, so it has to go with the Seahawks. Number 2, the Titans. They have everything they know, or they know what they want to do. Run the ball with Derrick Henry. They have their game plan. Mike Vrabel is coaching phenomenally right now. Number 3, Steelers. That Steelers defense is the best defense in the league. Number 4.
Are you just putting the 3 undefeated teams as the top 3?
No. Number 4. Well, that's just what it happens to be. Okay.
Well, yeah, but that's what you did.
I guess, fair. Yeah. Okay. Number 4, Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, can't bet against them. And then number 5, the Green Bay Packers.
Caleb, you want to do your top 5 real quick?
Sure. I'll go Chiefs number 1, since they beat the Bills. I will go the Tennessee Titans number 2. I think they'll beat the Steelers. I will then put the Steelers at 3, just because they beat the Browns. And then for 4, I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Am I going to go with the Seahawks? It's going to be the Seahawks and the Ravens. Who do I think would win that matchup? I will say that the Baltimore Ravens are at 4 and the Seahawks are at 5. I think the Ravens would beat the Seahawks. Packers don't deserve a top 10 spot until they fire Mike Pettin, so they wouldn't even be in the top 10 if we did top 10.
Even if they won the Super Bowl 15-1.
No, because the power rankings is for who has the best chance of winning the Super Bowl. The Packers have no chance if they keep Mike Pettin, so there you go.
They have
my top 5. I think the Titans are the best team in the league right now.
Okay.
As of right now. Seahawks being 2nd, the Chiefs being 3rd, the Steelers being 4th, and the Packers and or Ravens being 5.
Who would win that game?
And maybe actually, yeah. Ravens would kick our ass.
There you go.
I don't think the Ravens would make it out of the. I don't think the Ravens would make it out of the AFC. Being like in a Super Bowl, I don't see the Ravens making it to the Super Bowl. They have a harder path to the Super Bowl than we would.
Fair.
The AFC is definitely a harder division than the NFC.
Harder conference.
Yeah, not division. Harder road to the Bowl because the Ravens aren't getting a 1 seed in neither.
So real quick, real quick. Who is in the NFC and AFC championship, and who wins and goes to the Super Bowl?
All right. NFC championship right now. You want to hear the correct? Packers versus Saints. Packers win. AFC. You ready for this? The championship. It's the Steelers versus the Titans.
Holy, here we have it, folks.
Steelers go to the to the Super Bowl.
I think it's Packers v Steelers. Things said yet.
Packers v Steelers.
I think it's
Super Bowl rematch.
For AFC. Wow. I think at AFC, it's a rematch of last year. I see the Titans versus the Chiefs, but I see it going the other way. I see the Titans beating them. Wow. I see the Titans making it all the way. Actually, wait, for my rankings for the AFC, I would actually see the Titans being the 2 seed. I don't see the Steelers being the 2 seed. Okay. I think the Titans would be the 2 seed. I think the Titans won't get the first round bye. I think they will drop 2 games, and I don't see the Chiefs anytime soon losing. But for the NFC, I see it being, as of right now, the Bucks and the Seahawks, and I see the Bucks winning that game.
The Packers not even in contention.
I think it would be Tom Brady versus Derrick Henry in the Super Bowl.
That would be a show. Derrick Henry for the win.
No, and then I'd take Derrick Henry beating Tom Brady and Derrick Henry winning Super Bowl MVP with 245 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Talk about a game against that Bucks defense.
Yeah,
I still see him doing it. I see him putting up 245 yards. Mark my words right now. Derrick Henry, Super Bowl 2021. All right. 245 yards.
Clip that right there.
Touchdowns,
clip it.
One receiving touchdown.
So
make sure that's clipped.
Real quick, because I really gotta. We really gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
245 all-purpose yards.
AFC 100%. The Chiefs are making it all the way with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and one of the best defenses in the AFC. They are making it to the AFC Championship. Right now, the obvious bet would be the Titans. But the Titans could get sluggish. Derrick Henry is an actual truck. But who's to say he doesn't slow down? It doesn't seem like he will. Trust me, it does not seem like he will. But there's a chance for that. It's gotta. For me, it's either gotta go to the Titans or the Ravens. And just to be different, I'll just say the Ravens. I'll take Patrick Mahomes to the Super Bowl, and for the North, for the NFC, I will say Packers versus the. Ooh, that's tough. Reversing the Seahawks or the Bucks?
The Saints. Reversing the Saints.
Seahawks or the Bucks?
Fuck off, Blake.
I'm telling you.
I think the Bucks will get rolling and we'll play them again. I think we'll have a better chance this time of beating them. And it'll be the Super Bowl that everyone wanted last year in the Packers versus the Chiefs. So.
I see it. Or this is the other world. If the Seahawks and Buccaneers don't make it, I see it being, like Blake said, Titans, Steelers, AFC. I see the Steelers winning that, but I still would go with the Titans. And then I see Packers, Bears.
You say
if
who?
the Steelers win that,
Packers,
the Packers and the Bears.
Wow, that'd be
if the Packers win that and the Steelers win that, that is the same road we took to beat the Steelers the first time.
That would be sick. You got me there.
That would be fun.
All right. Well,
you heard it here first.
With those predictions,
heard it here first.
We'll be back Sunday morning.
Bucks and Bears.
On Sunday morning, we'll have our picks for the Sunday NFL games. Do we say who we're picking for Thursday? Real quick.
Thursday, real quick.
Just real quick.
Giants and Eagles.
Bills.
And Eagles.
Bills. 100% Bills. Wait, did you say Eagles or
Giants
Bills?
and Eagles.
Oh, okay. Giants and Eagles.
Giants and Eagles.
That's a toss-up.
Who the fuck are the Bills?
Blake said Bills.
I thought you said Bills.
I'm tossing it to the Eagles. Real quick, just toss it up.
Eagles.
Eagles. Okay. Eagles over the Giants. That's going to be it. Okay. We'll see you guys Sunday morning.
Eagles in a 35-14 win.
Wow, so win by the Eagles. We'll see you guys Sunday morning, recapping the Thursday night game, predicting the Sunday NFL games, and that'll be it, boys.
And the Monday night.
Hopefully you watched it all the way through, and if you did, we appreciate you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you're new. Yeah, we'll see you later.
Adios.